I'm Reece Stein at your leisure on one of the best day hikes in the state of Utah. Now, the Park Service no longer issues permits to video in places like this, so we're using tape shot for another news story several years ago before there were such restrictions. Consequently, you may notice a format change, but it's a place we think you should see and maybe even add to your bucket list. The Subway in Zion National Park is a unique quarter-mile-long tunnel perfectly sculpted by the rushing water of Left Fork of North Creek. Yet because the hike in is so much fun, the feature itself is almost anticlimactic. Crossing the high plateau from the Wildcat Trailhead off the Kolob Road, you have no hint of what lies ahead, or below. Soon the bottom drops out of the trail and you descend the 300-foot elevator to the floor of the gulch. It is best to go with Subway veterans who know the twists and turns in the route. We chose Mark Nielsen of Salt Lake, who keeps coming back because his friends beg him to take them in.
You don't have to be a super awesome hiker person, you just have to be willing to take on a couple of little things that may be a little scary for people that haven't done a little bit of rappelling. And you don't have to be a good rappeller or ever have done it, you just have to be willing to try, and it's not that hard. And so it's just kind of an adventure.
Yes, rappelling. Left Fork quickly narrows to a debris and cold water-filled slot canyon. A 60-foot length of rope or nylon webbing is required. It's less repelling than simply using the strap as a handhold to negotiate the obstacles. Group dynamics is also key to success.
It scares me awful, but I figure they'll leave me there to be bones, so I better hike on out. But it does scare me. I feel much more confident if I have my son and my husband to help me off the edges, and I know that they'll lift me down or help me down if I'm stuck.
Now, jumping off of the obstacles into the pools is extremely dangerous, but we have first surveyed the water for any potential hazards.
I like jumping off the cannonball and the challenges of those going down the ropes.
You know, we had a fairly large group, and you know, we had 10 hikers, and we had to, we had to work as a team to get through some of the spots. I never felt that we were in a position where it wasn't safe, but we had to work together.
Yeah, that's a big part of that. You like to see how people react to hanging off of ropes and climbing over big boulders and climbing down through and jumping in the pools and all the different varieties of things that you do as you come down through there.
This year, water levels are higher and colder. Wetsuits are recommended. Conditions will moderate later this summer or early fall, but plan on getting wet and prepare with dry bags and proper clothing.
Wear my old hiking boots because they take a beating, but something comfortable because it's 9.5 miles of pounding on your feet.
4 miles in, you reach the Subway, a unique formation with smooth walls, with green vegetation that react with darting sunlight to radiate and reflect an eerie glow.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's green, it's orange, it's high, it's low, it's every kind of vegetation. It's fern grottos, it's flat slick rock as white, it's lava runs, it's everything. It's an amazing change of scenery, just amazing.
All my senses have been just taxed. I mean, it's just beautiful here. The physical part, the visual, the senses, all of them.
Downstream, the creek cascades over natural steps made slippery by moss and algae.
What happened, Charlie? Fell on a rock in the river.
But if you're careful, these cascades can convert to bone-bouncing water slides. And near the exit at the Left Fork Trailhead, a pair of white slabs of mudstone reveal hikers from a few million years ago. You can hike in and out from the bottom up, but you'll miss all the fun in the narrows.
This is amazing. I've never done a red rock hike like this before. Other than the very first part, it's not bad at all. I think that, yeah, definitely anyone could do this. It's definitely not strenuous down through the Subway part here. It just takes a little guts to get in the water.
Your group will need an inexpensive permit to hike the Subway. You can apply for a permit either online or in person at Zion Park. But it's a popular hike, so check early. I'm Reece Stein at your leisure.